After his departure from Sepultura in 1996, Max Cavalera chose to remain active in the music world. Even though he was no longer in the spotlight of the band that had made his name, he didn't retreat into silence but continued moving forward with the same passion and dedication. Max founded Soulfly, a metal band that blends spiritual, tribal, and groove metal elements, serving as a new medium for his musical expression. With Soulfly, he released several studio albums and embarked on international tours, proving that his creative fire never faded. Max also became involved in various music projects, including Cavalera Conspiracy with his brother Igor Cavalera, as well as numerous collaborations with other renowned musicians. From his youth in Belo Horizonte, Brazil, to becoming one of the world's metal icons, Max Cavalera's journey is a story of perseverance, rebellion, and a deep love for music. Max hasn't merely survived in the world of extreme music. He has thrived, explored, and continued to inspire. Let's dive deeper into the life story of this legendary vocalist who remains a steadfast force in the unforgiving world of metal. Massimiliano Antonio Cavalera, better known as Max Cavalera, was born on August 4, 1969, in Belo Horizonte, Brazil. He is the son of Graciano Cavalera, an Italian consulate diplomat, and Vania Cavalera. His father died suddenly of a heart attack when Max was only 9 years old, leaving the family in financial crisis. This loss had a profound impact on Max's life. He and his younger brother, Igor Cavalera, grew up in difficult conditions and at one point lived in their grandmother's house in Belo Horizonte, sharing just one room with the entire family. The death of their father became a powerful emotional trigger for Max. This event deeply affected both Max and Igor and was one of the main reasons they decided to form a band. On the day their father passed away, Max listened to Volume 4 by Black Sabbath, a life-changing moment that set him on the path to music. Max Cavalera's journey with Sepultura is a turbulent tale of creativity, suffering, and betrayal. Sepultura was formed in 1984 in Belo Horizonte, the capital of the Brazilian state of Minas Gerais. The name Sepultura, which means grave in Portuguese, was chosen after Max translated the lyrics of the Motorhead song Dancing on Your Grave. Before forming the band, Max and his brother Igor had played in a cover band. Initially inspired by classic rock and heavy metal bands like Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, Deep Purple, Van Halen, Iron Maiden, Motorhead, AC/DC, and Ozzy Osbourne, their tastes shifted dramatically after discovering more extreme punk and metal bands like Venom, Hellhammer, Celtic Frost, Slayer, Megadeth, and Creator. As Igor once said, after we heard Venom, we stopped listening to Iron Maiden and all the softer stuff. They were also influenced by Brazilian metal bands such as Stress, Sagrado Inferno, and Dorsal Atlantica. In 1984, Max and Igor made the bold decision to drop out of school to focus entirely on music. After several lineup changes, Sepultura's first full lineup came together. Max on guitar, Igor on drums, Wagner Lemunye on vocals, and Paulo Jr. on bass. However, Wagner soon left due to creative differences and went on to form the legendary Brazilian black metal band Sarcófago. Max then took over vocal duties, and they brought in Jairo Guedes as the lead guitarist. After a year of playing local gigs, Sepultura signed a contract with local label Cogumelo Records in 1985. That same year, they released Bestial Devastation, a split EP with fellow Brazilian band Overdose. The recording process lasted only 2 days. A year later, they released their first full-length album, Morbid Visions, which featured their breakout song Troops of Doom. This track caught the attention of international metal fans and started paving the way for Sepultura's wider recognition. The band then moved to São Paulo, a much larger city with greater opportunities for young metal acts. In early 1987, Jairo Guedes left the band and was replaced by Andreas Kisser from São Paulo. Andreas's arrival marked a turning point for Sepultura. In October 1987, they released Schizophrenia, an album that leaned more into thrash metal while still retaining death metal elements. Their sound and production matured considerably. The album generated buzz in Europe and the US, where fans sought it out as a rare import. At the time, Sepultura had to mail demo tapes to US radio stations because they still struggled to land gigs abroad. Their persistence paid off when Roadrunner Records signed them in the spring of 1988, before even seeing them perform live. The label re-released Schizophrenia worldwide. Max recalls this moment as a life-changing opportunity. "You don't get many chances in life. This was our time." In 1989, they released their third album, Beneath the Remains, recorded in a remote studio in Rio de Janeiro with American producer Scott Burns. Despite language barriers, Scott didn't speak Portuguese and the band spoke little English. The result was outstanding. The album was a massive success and is now considered one of thrash metal's finest. Sepultura began touring across Europe and the US, even opening for King Diamond in New York. Their video for Inner Self received regular airplay on MTV's Headbangers Ball, boosting their US profile. In January 1991, they played in front of over 100,000 people at the Rock in Rio 2 festival. That same year, Sepultura relocated to Phoenix, Arizona, to be closer to the international music market. With the release of Arise in March 1991, Sepultura had firmly established themselves as a major force in metal. The single Dead Embryonic Cells was a hit, while the video for Arise was banned by MTV America for controversial religious imagery. Nevertheless, their other videos continued to air on Headbangers Ball. Arise became their first album to chart on the Billboard 200, peaking at number 119. Sepultura toured non-stop throughout 1991 and 1992 to promote Arise. During this period, Max married the band's manager, Gloria Bunowski. Their fifth album, Chaos AD, released in September 1993, marked one of their biggest milestones. Featuring hits like Refuse Resist, Territory, Enslaved New World, the album was also released in North America through Epic Records and went gold, selling over 500,000 copies in the US. Musically, Chaos AD moved away from death metal toward groove metal, industrial, and hardcore punk influences, yet still retained traces of thrash. Their sound grew heavier, slower, and more rhythm-driven. In 1994, Max and Igor teamed up with Alex Newport of Fudge Tunnel to form the side project Nailbomb. The group leaned into industrial metal and released Point Blank and the live album Proud to Commit Commercial Suicide. Sepultura continued pushing musical boundaries with their sixth album Roots, released in February 1996. This groundbreaking record incorporated traditional Brazilian tribal music, chants, and instruments. It also featured down-tuned guitars and a heavier, slower sound, bordering on the emerging nu metal style. Roots is widely hailed as one of the most innovative metal albums of the 90s, solidifying Sepultura as a unique and original band. In August 1996, Sepultura played at the Monsters of Rock Festival in England, alongside major acts like Kiss, Ozzy Osbourne, Paradise Lost, Type O Negative, Biohazard, and Fear Factory. But tragedy struck. Max left the venue early after receiving news that his stepson, Dana Wells, had died in a car accident. After Dana's funeral, Max rejoined the band on tour. But a few months later, the other members met privately and decided to fire their manager, Max's wife, Gloria. Guitarist Andreas Kisser and bassist Paulo Jr. felt that Gloria was too biased in favor of Max and wasn't serving the interests of the whole band. They wanted a new, more neutral, professional manager. To Max, this felt like betrayal. Still grieving the loss of his stepson, he couldn't believe his bandmates, whom he considered family, would turn against his wife during such a painful time. For Max, it wasn't just about band management, it was about loyalty and compassion. Deeply disappointed and feeling betrayed, Max made the difficult decision to leave Sepultura, the band he had co-founded and led since its inception. In November 1997, Sepultura publicly announced their search for a new vocalist and eventually recruited Derek Green. After his departure, Max wasted no time. He founded a new band called Soulfly, which became both his emotional outlet and primary musical focus. Soulfly's self-titled debut album was released in April 1998 to great success, even outselling Sepultura's Against, which came out shortly after. Soulfly went on to release 12 studio albums through 2022, with lyrics focused on resistance, spirituality, and social issues. Another pivotal moment in Max's career came in 2006, when he reconciled with his brother Igor Cavalera. The two reunited to form Cavalera Conspiracy, reviving the core of classic Sepultura. Their debut album, Inflicted, came out in 2008, followed by Blunt Force Trauma, Pandemonium, and Psychosis. Max also joined a metal supergroup called Killer Be Killed in 2011, alongside Troy Sanders of Mastodon, Greg Puciato of the Dillinger Escape Plan, and Dave Illich of the Mars Volta. Combining diverse musical backgrounds, the group fused thrash, hardcore, and groove metal into a powerful, energetic sound. In 2004, Dave Grohl released the Probot Project, where he played nearly all instruments and invited legendary metal vocalists to contribute. Max recalled how Dave sent him several instrumental tracks, and he immediately gravitated toward one that reminded him of Territory. That track became Red War. To this day, Max Cavalera remains a prominent force in the global metal scene through various projects and international performances. He is regarded as one of the most influential figures in modern metal, both in Brazil and worldwide, pushing the boundaries of the genre through cultural fusion and stylistic innovation. According to several sources such as Famous Net Worth, Max Cavalera is estimated to have a net worth between 8 million and 10 million USD. Max is a legendary musician whose wealth has been built through a long and diverse career in the metal music world. Since his early days with Sepultura, he has earned significant income from album sales, royalties, world tours, and merchandise. As a founding member of Sepultura, Max continues to receive royalties from the band's early works, even after his departure. After leaving Sepultura, he founded Soulfly, a band that also achieved commercial success and continues to be one of his main income sources through global tours, album releases, and merchandise sales. He has also earned additional income from endorsements, including a partnership with ESP Guitars. In addition, he has also reportedly made investments in real estate, according to Soulfly's Net Worth in 2025 by Dick Dale, which stated that Max Cavalera has diversified his income streams through various investments and business ventures. Since 1992, Max Cavalera has lived in Phoenix, Arizona, with his wife Gloria and their fifth child. His personal life in this desert city reflects a different side of the legendary metal figure, known for his ferocious stage presence. Behind the distorted guitars and aggressive vocals, Max leads a relatively stable and warm family life. Gloria is not only his wife, but also his manager and loyal partner in various musical projects. They raise their children in an environment closely tied to the world of music, and several of them have followed in Max's footsteps as musicians. This solid personal life has served as an essential foundation for the musical empire he has built over the years. The musical careers of Max Cavalera's children prove that the talent and passion for metal run deep in the family. Richie Cavalera fronts the band in sight as the lead vocalist and regularly tours internationally. Zion Cavalera has been Soulfly's full-time drummer since 2013 and co-founded the band Lodi Kong with his brother Igor Amadeus Cavalera. Igor also performed as the bassist and co-vocalist of Soulfly and formed the band Go Ahead and Die with Max. Together, the Cavalera family stands as a powerful and influential metal dynasty in the world of heavy music. Through his literary activities, Max Cavalera can also be seen as having a passion for writing and documenting his life. This is evident in the release of his autobiography, My Bloody Roots, From Sepultura to Soulfly and Beyond, in 2014. In the book, Max shares a deep and personal account of his life and musical journey, including his experiences, struggles, and reflections on life. He has also revealed that he is working on a second book, indicating that writing is not just a one-time project, but a meaningful form of self-expression beyond music. Max Cavalera is also widely known for his fanatic support of his favorite sports teams. He is a lifelong fan of Palmeiras, a Brazilian football club that has been part of his life since childhood. His love for the team is often displayed on stage, where he is frequently seen wearing the club's jersey. In addition to his passion for Brazilian football, Max is also enthusiastic about American sports, being a devoted fan of the Detroit Lions from the NFL. This combination reflects the dual cultural background that shapes his life, his strong Brazilian roots and his new life in the United States, both of which are integral to the spirit and identity of this metal legend.